look at our keys to the race here. Get the car to turn in the middle. That's the challenge on these flat corners. But once you get it to turn, you got to get it off the corner. That's where you pass people, is on the exit. Short race here tonight, 312 miles. You got to keep that track position late in the race.
The nighttime is the right time. As long as you're okay under the setting sun, that's fine. But you need to be right when this track goes dark.
DW, a lot of unknowns, a lot of speed getting in the corner. Reach up there, pull those belts tight one more time.
The duel in the desert. Jeff Gordon, J.D McPillar share the front row. They face the setting sun as they come to the front straightaway for 500 kilometers.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing in the desert, boys.
Turn one, and of course it rained here last night. Track's got to be a little dirty and slippery right now.
Jeff Gordon gets those 5 points for leading a lap. Denny Hamlin goes by J.D McPillar to take second spot away.
But most importantly, a clean first lap.
Yeah, I was really concerned about that because this front straightaway is real narrow. If anybody checks up in front of you, it almost always causes a wreck.
Single file. Jimmy Johnson heads a pack of traffic for 5th place. Look at that knot led by the 48 car. Truex trying to move, so is Harvick. And Scott Riggs in the 10 backing up just a bit.
Yeah, Scott in the 10 hung up on the outside, and he's losing quite a few positions. He might be able to get down there in front of Harvick. Looks pretty good for him.
A lot of sparks from underneath Jimmy Johnson's car.
And I think right now the track has some pretty good grip because it's very cold. It's starting to get some shade, low air pressure to start this race. That's probably what's going on. But it looks like he's going to lose a position to Martin Truex Jr. in that one car.
Well, when we look at the 48 car, look at that nose. It is on the ground. That's where those sparks are coming from. That car is riding right against the racetrack.
And when it really starts to spark is when he rolls out of the throttle and jumps on the brake pedal to get in these corners. The nose dives down.
And a big concern they have with this car tomorrow is that splitter. And when that thing starts dragging on the racetrack, you wear it out, you lose the splitter. There goes your front downforce, what little you got.
7th place. Harvick continuing to work on Scott Riggs, whose tires are now coming up to temperature and pressure, and Riggs is coming back forward again.
I think as we look into the windshield of these cars coming off turn 4, you can see just how hard these cars are to drive. The guys really, really have to fight the wheel with this race car. You see the cars kind of bobble around, and this car just handles so differently than what the guys are accustomed to. Let's see what we got coming off turn 4 here. Let's look down in old Harvick's car. He's down on the apron a little bit. See that hand kind of juking around? That was pretty smooth compared to last time back.
What I see that surprises me, Darrell, is a clear face shield for Kevin Harvick. Not the dark tinted shield that many of the drivers have.
But I think it's like Jeff Hammond pointed out in the pre-race show. The sun has already dipped down behind the grandstand. He's preparing for when we turn nighttime later on in this race.
Remember that word I told you last week? Anticipation. You have to anticipate.
Let's get some late stories from pit road, beginning with Matt Yoakum on our pole sitter.
Jeff Gordon out front. He has a tinted shield, much like his teammate Jimmy Johnson, the 48. Gordon has really acclimated himself to this whole car of tomorrow. The feel that he needs. Had 2 top 3 finishes, a 3rd at Bristol, a 2nd at Martinsville. A win here would be huge because he's never won here in a Nextel Cup car. Right now, Gordon out front, just pacing himself. Nick Bergman?
Well, J.D McPillar said he doesn't care whether he's driving a car tomorrow or the car of yesterday. He woke up this morning with an upset stomach. He is so focused on getting today without messing up. He started on the outside of the front row, Steve.
Well, Dick, Denny Hamlin Racelott started third, which is key because track importing is so vital here. Hamlin has only led 2 races this year, but they were both car of tomorrow races. He led for a total of 309 laps at Martinsville and Bristol. Also, his crew chief Mike Ford said he is great on flat, fast racetracks. He won both races at Pocono a year ago. Krista.
Well, Clint Boyer has someone riding along with him. His name is Swagger. This was the site of his very first Nextel Cup Top 5. He won last night's Busch race, and in the new car, his finishes this year, 8th and 11th at Bristol and Martinsville. The COT, Mike, is A-OK for Clint Boyer.
Third place is the race as we have a look at Boyer on the inside of Scott Riggs. Gordon the leader, Hamlin second. They're side by side for third, Kurt Busch and Jamie McMurray.
And why Boyer is able to fight past his 10 car is his car went through the middle of the corner, and he's able to try to complete the pass on the exit of the corner down the straightaway.
And we've seen Riggs kind of hung up on the outside, which tells me his car is just pushing up the hill. He can't get to the bottom because he's had a couple of opportunities. Of course, Boyer won the race here last night, and that car looks pretty good right now as well. Not the same car, but Boyer's got the win under his belt already this weekend.
Kasey Kohne way up high. Dave Blaney thought he had an opening there. Didn't materialize. There you see Kurt Busch. He's found his way past McMurray. Now Jimmy Johnson goes to work on Jamie Mack for fourth.
And based on what we saw in practice, Larry and Mike, you know this, that 48 car looked like he was going to be the class of the field. He's mowing them down as he gets to them, moving forward.
Yeah, I talked to his crew chief this morning, Chad Canals, and he said, you know what, Larry, we are happy with our race car. What you're seeing is what we're feeling.
And then you see the sparks are getting less and less and less as our air pressure builds up. The nose lifts up just a tad. She stops dragging the ground, and then she starts hunting like a big old coon dog.
Nose down, tail up.
And coming to the front. Jeff Gordon has led every one of 13 laps so far. Denny Hamlin is beginning to close the gap on the race leader. You're watching NASCAR on Fox.